Did you know about the Black Seminoles of Mexico? The Black Seminole are mixed Native American and African people from the U.S. state of Florida. Hundreds of years ago, when millions of Africans were being forced into plantations by European colonizers, many escaped and chose to live amongst the Native American tribes. A group of these escaped slaves chose to hide amongst the Seminole people, and after years of intermixing, they had children together and created a unique Afro-Indigenous culture. Unfortunately, as European expansion continued, these Black Seminoles were forced out of their homelands. Facing the threat of enslavement, the Black Seminole leader John Horse and about 180 Black Seminoles staged a mass escape in 1849 to northern Mexico, where slavery had been abolished 20 years earlier. After an arduous journey, they crossed to freedom in July of 1850, being welcomed by the Mexican government and even given supplies and weapons in order to defend against slave catchers illegally crossing into Mexico to capture and return them to plantation owners in the American South. These new arrivals eventually settled in the small town of Nacimiento in the Mexican state of Coahuila, where they then intermixed with the indigenous Kickapoo and nearby mestizo communities, thus creating an even more mixed people of black, white, and Native American ancestry, which today are known as the Mascogos. After slavery ended in the States, these Black Seminoles slowly returned to the USA, mainly resettling in the state of Texas. However, a sizable Black Seminole population still resides in the small community of Nacimiento. This little town near the Texas border even celebrates Juneteenth, and many descendants of the Black Seminole travel back to the town each year to celebrate, as its history is forever tied to the people it helped liberate. It must be noted, however, that these mixed-blooded people are not part of the fringe conspiracy theorists that claim the Olmecs are Africans or other similar but unconfirmed claims. Nonetheless, it is important to mention the fact that roughly 2,000 Black Seminole descendants are still around. Additionally, the story of intermixing with Africans and the indigenous people of the Americas is nothing new. Many tribes across the Western Hemisphere helped enslaved Africans escape servitude. So much so, in fact, that some studies even claim that as much as between 10 and 20%, or roughly 1 out of every 5 African American, can trace their lineage to Native American ancestry, albeit if only a small percentage. In conclusion, the history of the Black Seminoles' unique culture and history shows how diverse Native Americans across the Western Hemisphere are, and I believe this story is a perfect example of the good nature of our indigenous cultures when it comes to helping people in their time of need.